Welcome everyone to Markup Monday, episode 12. I'm Ryan Small, founder of Epic Analysis, and let's dive in. So, there's been a lot going on since presidential elections, Biden winning the presidential election for the US. Um, and also, just begin the week, the starting Sunday, a lot of movement has already happened within the market. So, let's just go ahead and dive in. And what I see, I'm going to give you my insight on what I project the markets to potentially do for this week moving forward and potentially to end the year. Okay, so now we're looking at the dollar index. Um, so most recently with the overall elections, the dollar index has got weak overall. Let me see. So we had price come up towards 94 resistance. It broke the highs, rejected from there, and then price broke below this recent support right here. So after price broke below that support, we have a bullish engulfing candle. Price is potentially trying to come back down to make a retracement. Around this level right here is going to be a breakup round scenario. If we get a bounce, we could potentially see the market make a retracement back up to the upside. Where I would target is around 93 resistance first here. And then if we break above that, then I will look for the price to push up towards 93.50. If we break above that, 93.50 around this level right here. Overall, looking at this on the weekly, you can see that the market is bearish. Let me just zoom in. So the overall trend bearish drop. Market came down towards 92.60, pushed up towards 94 resistance, dropped. Oh no, pushed up towards 95 resistance, dropped, pushed up towards 94, rejected, bearish engulfing, shooting star, engulfed this previous 2, 3, 4 weeks. So now it's looking like potentially that the market is just making a retracement to go lower. Unless we break back above 94 resistance, then the overall downtrend could potentially change to a possible uptrend if we break back above 94 resistance. But at this moment, with this current price action, it looks like the market is just pushing up to make a retracement to potentially go lower. All right, so USD CAD, looking at this on the weekly, the market continued its bearish momentum overall, moving in a downtrend. The market made highs, boom, around 134, a little bit over 134. Dropped, found support here, pushed back up, failed to break back above these highs on the daily time frame. That was a potential. On the daily time frame, that's a potential fib from the high to the low. So high to low. Price pushed up, 78.6 retracement. Price closed below the 72, 4 days in a row. Drop, gave us one last retest to the 61.8, closed in a doji, continued down to the overall take profit, and made overall new lows. So now, if we don't just continue this overall momentum to the downside and the market looks like it's trying to find support around 1.30, around 1.30, then we might get a retracement back up to the upside towards 1.3075 to 1.31 resistance. This is where I would like to see USD CAD retrace back to if we hold around 1.30 support here, if this holds. If not, then we'll just continue to the downside. But yeah, a possible retracement. If we break above 1.31, then that 1.315, 1.32 level is where I look at next. for possible retracements, because overall we're still in the downtrend. So I'm just looking for potential retracements to sell back down unless we get a break of the overall trend. All right, odd USD. Looking at this on the weekly. So overall price is bullish, but we're at this level to where we could see a possible retracement back down to the downside, or we're just either going to make new highs and break this resistance. Looking at this on a daily time frame, we had this breakthrough support, price pushed up, tried to make a higher high, dropped, lower low, found support here. Let me see. Okay, so with this last push, price did make new highs and it did break above this key resistance level. So we'll need to look at this on the 4 hour. Okay, yeah, so we're at this level to where the market isn't really trying to make new highs. So you would have to grab a trend line, boom, put this here, oh, this here, and then drop this here. And then really we would want to wait for a breakout out of this type of movement, because then, for example, even if we waited for a breakout of this, it would lead more than likely to more movement to the upside. And a breakout of this support right here, I would need this support also to get broken for me to think sells. So even if the market came here, pushed back up, drop, after this break here, then I could target possibly down towards 1.72 or 1.7175 support levels. But because the trend is so bullish, I need to see more confirmation to really have more validation for buy or for sales. This really looks like we had this breakout. The market already pushed back down, came back up, so it could come back down to the support. And if it doesn't break back above, then we're going to possibly do something like this. Or if the bulls finally give in and don't have enough momentum to keep going higher, we may push lower. If we get the break below this region right here, we could push all the way back down, like I said, to this support level right here. All right, gold. I'm really liking gold. So yeah, gold already dropped massively this week. On Sunday, this candle. So now it's looking like gold is about to make a retracement back up to possibly 1900. I would say 1880 first. So coming to the 4 hour, you can see it a little bit better. So looking at gold, we had price moving in the uptrend, and then we had this massive bearish engulfing candle that broke momentum and broke below this recent support level. So now price pushed down, made lows at this demand zone and rejected. So now we're either about to push up 1880, reject back down to the downside, or push up, reject, possibly break above 1880, and then reach towards 1900, 1890, 1900. From here, we'll wait to see how the momentum of the overall price action is. If the market looks like it could push a little bit higher, then we'll target up around here or up around these regions. anywhere around here. Oh, no, my computer's froze. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, so anywhere around here, if we break above 1900, that's where I would look for sales if the market hasn't that much momentum. So those are the two scenarios I'm looking for. All right, Euro CAD. Okay, so price is clearly moving in a downtrend. And most recently, this bearish engulfing broke below, which would have been a trend line on a smaller time frame. So now it looks like, and we also broke below this support right here. So now it looks like overall we're about to push up towards 154.3 to 154, 1.545 resistance. And then I'm gonna look for sales back down to the downside if we hold that resistance around this region. If we break through this region, then overall we're pushing back up towards this resistance. If we break through 1.545, 1.55 resistance, then more than likely it's coming back up to these highs and meeting this trend line. Yep, keep that pretty simple. That's an easy buy. What other pairs haven't I went over? Let's look at GJ. So yeah, GJ just broke out. Delete some of these. Okay, so we got a key resistance. Okay, yeah, so overall, we clearly see the market, even on the 4 hour, we had a clear trend line showing that the market was trending bullish. Boom. And even if we had a smaller one here to here, and then we broke above this resistance. So now we're about to push back down towards 1.375, possibly lower, 1.37, and then look for another move to the upside. Overall, long term, I could see GJ reaching 1.4 or 140 resistance long term, especially if we break above 1.39. Same as Euro Jappy. I'm bullish on this too. And so now price could possibly retrace back towards 123.5, 123 support. But first, I'm going to look for this 1235.5 region. Look for a price to fall here. If we could hold that support, you could possibly see price push up, maybe not fall. Boom, finally break the highs, push one more time. But keep in mind that at this level right here is going to be key breaker bounce. So the market could start to drop. And once the market gets to this level, then it could just break straight through and reach 123 support. And if it does that, that doesn't mean that the overall buy is invalidated. So that's why you got to kind of be patient and wait to see how price reacts around certain levels before you actually take your entry. All right. Euro odd has been bearish. So the market already broke below the support, pushed up, retested this level, and rejected it. So um, at this 1.62 support level, um, if we hold above that, then overall we may get another attempt to the upside. But overall, this market is bearish until we break back above 1.635, 1.64. Unless we can, I wouldn't say until. So for me, the market already broke through here, retested 50 EMA here, came back below, retested resistance now 3 times, dropped, and now the market is holding at support. So if we break back below support, then overall, yeah, we're falling back down towards 1.615, 1.61 support. But if we hold, then the first level I'm going to look at is 1.63, 1.635 for a possible retest. And then from there, there's going to be a key breaker bounce scenario where we could reject or we could possibly go higher. All right. GBP odd. Okay, so the market was moving in the uptrend, dropped to this level, and even the market dropping down here, it didn't technically break below all of this support right here. So now I want to be looking to see how the market reacts around 1.815 because this level is going to be a breaker bounce where we could potentially drop back down or we could just shoot through that level, push back down, and then push to the upside. As of right now, it's looking like the market is going to reach this 1.815, and I could see it pushing higher. So yeah, I'm gonna wait to see when price. I mean, it's about 50 pips to get to that 1.815. All right, and I'm gonna look at Ripple because I seen something good on here that where I think this market is gonna shoot up real soon. On the weekly time frame, we're moving in the uptrend, and we had it inverted. So we haven't technically broke above this resistance yet, but that's where we're coming to. So boom, boom, the market pushed down to this level right here, and we're at consolidation right on the 50 EMA. So I expect the market to consolidate and eventually give us that boom to the upside. Also, you could draw fib from this low up to the high. Boom, 61.8 retracement. Boom, draw a trend line out like this. Rejections here, here. So yeah, I'm gonna see Ripple eventually hit 30 cents, and then overall, I like to see it hit that 35-cent threshold. So, like I said, gold, silver, crypto, pretty bullish on those as of right now. So yes, it's a long day. I've been pretty tired right now. That's why I don't have too much energy. But overall, I ended up getting out most of the analysis. It's going to be a lot of pips being moved on some of these pairs. Even if if you just Ripple right now is at 25 cents. Like I expect it to hit 30 cents to 35 cents. What gold is, let's see, 1876. Even if it gets to 1900, like that's 250 pips or so. USD CAD. If we hold at this 1.295 support, then I expect USD CAD to hit 1.31. Price is at 1.30 right now. That's 100 pips to the upside. If we get that hold, Euro CAD, same thing. It's already on its way to the upside, 1.545. You can get 60 pips. Even just now, I would have loved to call the buys down here, but this is why I kind of want to get you guys to understand and see what I'm seeing, so you can be able to catch this buy. I don't want to always have to be able to call out the signal. I want you to be able to just see the certain things, have the confidence, and take the buy. And then even if you're wrong, learn from it. If you're right, help build your confidence. Even write that down and try to start taking those setups that you're right on more so. So when you start writing down the setups that you're right on, start just looking for those setups. You start trading less and just looking for those setups that you're right on, and higher probability of you actually being profitable or you being able to make a winning trade. All right, so I went over a few pairs already for Markup Monday. I'm really gonna dive more thorough, and I'm gonna dive in more thoroughly tomorrow for the live session. So if you guys have any questions, you reach out to me on Instagram at Winning with Ryan, or um, send a. You can submit or subscribe to the website at www.epicanalysis.com, or if you want, you can subscribe on YouTube. However you want to reach out and show support, go ahead and do that. I will truly appreciate it. And let's end quarter 4 of 2020 strong.